If you're considering investing in Honolulu real estate, I get it. It sounds like the dream. Palm trees, sunshine, and steady rental income. But let's be real. Investing here isn't all rainbows and cash flow. In this video, I'll explore 5 essential pros and cons of investing in Honolulu in 2025. I'll give you straight answers, no sugarcoating. I specialize in island investment strategies and have evaluated dozens of Honolulu short-term rental and condo deals. This breakdown is based on the latest regulations, rental trends, and market data. Let's get into it. Pro number 1, robust tourism demand. Let's kick things off with the biggest tailwind Honolulu has: robust year-round tourism. Honolulu is the #1 tourism hub in all of Hawaii, drawing in millions of investors and visitors from the mainland and international markets like Japan, Korea, and Canada. This constant demand translates into one of the strongest vacation rental markets in the world if you're operating in the right zones. In places like Waikiki and Ala Moana, demand remains consistently high across all seasons. You'll find average daily rates easily exceeding $335 per night in legal short-term rental units, and for top-performing properties, nightly rates can break $400. That means many units gross over $80,000 annually. Search traffic reflects this popularity too. Terms like Waikiki condo rental and Honolulu vacation stay drive serious traffic to platforms like Airbnb and VRBO. The icing on the cake is that Oahu has a deep international buyer pool, and in resort zones, you're not just catering to vacationers, you're also speaking to snowbirds, military personnel, and long-term second home seekers. Condohotels in Waikiki, such as the Ilikai, Waikiki Banyan, and Pacific Monarch, give investors legal access to nightly rentals while operating much like hotels. It's a structure that simplifies operations while maximizing returns in a high-demand market. Con number 1, declining short-term rental demand and regulatory restrictions. Now, let's address the elephant in the room: regulation. Since 2019, Honolulu County has taken an aggressive stance against unpermitted short-term rentals. Bill 89 and Bill 41 have changed the game by sharply restricting rentals outside of resort zones and mandating that STRs be registered, taxed, and prominently display their license numbers. Fines for violations can reach a jaw-dropping $10,000 per day. Even the popular 30-day rental strategy, used as a workaround, is now in legal jeopardy. Bill 62, which takes effect in September 2025, will require a minimum 90-day lease in most residential neighborhoods. That could potentially wipe out the midterm rental model in many areas, unless you're in a resort zone or own a unit with a non-conforming use certificate. And even in legal buildings, competition is fierce. Waikiki, for example, is flooded with basic short-term rental units that have similar layouts and dated furnishings. If you're not offering something unique, it's a race to the bottom on pricing. Add rising hotel competition and increased regulatory scrutiny, and it's clear: if you're not informed and compliant, you're taking on serious risk. Pro number 2, healthy occupancy and solid rental performance. Despite all the red tape, short-term rentals in legal areas are still delivering. Urban Honolulu has an average occupancy rate of about 57%, and many well-managed units in legal buildings see over 88% occupancy. Top-tier listings often exceed 90% occupancy, with average daily rates above $400. What's more, the average length of stay has increased to 4+ nights. That reduces turnover and boosts profitability by cutting cleaning and check-in costs. If you're in a resort zone building or condotel with hotel-style amenities, your revenue potential is solid, with many units hitting $55,000 to $70,000 plus in gross annual income. Con number 2, oversupply and market saturation. But let's not sugarcoat it. Competition is stiff. Areas like Waikiki and Ko'olina have seen a surge in short-term rental inventory. The result is that many listings look alike, from layout to furnishings, making it tough to differentiate. Travelers now compare short-term rentals side by side with resort hotels, which often offer pools, spas, room service, and brand recognition. Newer buildings and luxury developments continue to raise the bar, forcing older units to reinvest in renovations just to keep up. If you're not actively improving your unit or optimizing your listing, you risk falling behind. Pro number 3, strong occupancy and revenue metrics. Let's circle back to performance. Legal short-term rentals, particularly in condotels or resort zones, can be surprisingly resilient. Median occupancy for the best performers is around 88%. The top 10% of listings hit 55,000 to 80,000 plus per year. With average daily rates climbing and longer average stays, operational efficiency is improving. In fact, longer stays mean fewer turnovers, which helps profitability. Even with higher management fees in some buildings, the ability to operate legally gives you stability and peace of mind. Con number 3, complex regulations and zoning limitations. The regulatory environment is not only strict, it's evolving. Short-term rentals must be located in legal resort zones or hold valid, non-conforming use certificates. Registration with the city, TAT and GET licenses, and full tax compliance are required. And with TAT at 13.25%, soon rising to 14.25% in 2026, plus a 4.712% GET, taxes are a meaningful expense. Beyond government rules, many condo buildings have their own restrictions via HOA bylaws. Some buildings outright ban short-term rentals, even if the zoning allows them. And if you're buying a leasehold property, you may face additional rental restrictions built into the lease itself. So what's the moral of the story? Never assume and always verify zoning, HOA rules, and lease terms before investing. Pro number 4, lifestyle appeal and long-term value. Let's shift gears and talk about what keeps people coming back to Honolulu, not just for vacations, but for long-term investment. You've got world-class beaches, mountain hikes, and a safe, urban island lifestyle. Walkability in Waikiki and parts of Kaka'ako adds to the appeal. And let's be honest, owning a piece of paradise never really goes out of style. This lifestyle draws not only vacationers, but also second home buyers and remote professionals. Historically, real estate in Honolulu has appreciated steadily over the long term, despite short-term market cycles. You also get the flexibility to use the property personally and rent it out when you're not on island. That hybrid model is a huge draw for buyers from the mainland, US, Japan, and beyond. With Oahu's zoning restrictions and limited developable land, you also benefit from built-in scarcity, which helps protect long-term property values. Con number 4, high entry costs and ownership expenses. But that desirable lifestyle comes at a steep price. Condos in short-term rental legal buildings often start above $400,000, with quality units in prime locations pushing $600,000 or more, and multifamily options often start around $1.2 million. Then there are monthly costs. HOA dues in condotels can range from $600 to $1,200 or more. And while Hawaii's residential property tax rates are low, short-term rentals and condotels are taxed under the hotel and resort or TVR classifications, meaning you'll pay up to $13.90 per $1,000 of assessed value. Add in higher costs for insurance, maintenance, furnishings, and cleaning, plus the cost of shipping everything to an island. And it's clear that thin margins are a real risk. To succeed, you'll need excellent management, smart pricing, and a strong reserve budget. Pro number 5, international buyer appeal and resilient global demand. Another reason Honolulu continues to perform well is its international buyer appeal. This isn't just a domestic market. Buyers from Japan, Korea, Canada, Australia, and beyond see Honolulu as a stable place to store wealth. Many purchase in all cash, which insulates the market from US interest rate cycles. Areas like Waikiki and Ala Moana attract consistent demand from global investors looking for second homes, vacation rentals, or long-term appreciation. Even during mainland downturns, Honolulu sees activity because it's viewed as a safe, stable asset class with a global brand. The island's limited land supply and tight development restrictions further protect value. If you're investing for long-term appreciation and global diversification, Honolulu is hard to beat. Con number 5, remote ownership challenges. Finally, let's talk about logistics, specifically remote ownership. If you don't live on Oahu full-time, managing a vacation rental can be challenging. You'll need a local team you trust for cleaning, maintenance, guest communications, and emergencies. Time zone differences can make guest coordination difficult, especially for mainland or international owners. Booking platforms like Airbnb penalize slow responses, so you either need to be available 24/7 or hire a professional property manager. Many condos offer in-house management, but their fees can be as high as 50% of gross revenue. Also, building your local vendor network takes time. Without a reliable team, you can end up with missed bookings, unhappy guests, or costly delays. This is not a set-it-and-forget-it investment. You need to be hands-on or have someone local who is. Honolulu might seem like paradise, but for investors, it's anything but passive. It's easy to underestimate how much work it takes to succeed here. If you're serious about investing in Honolulu, reach out. I'll help you break down the numbers, navigate the legal side, and find a property that actually performs, not just looks good on Airbnb. If you're not quite ready, scan the QR code to download my free 20-page Oahu real estate investing guide and watch this next video to learn more about living in Honolulu.